Everyone uses an AI, but none of them remembers what you actually did. I mean, every email you read, every website you visited, every Slack conversation, every meeting note, every idea or every project. Because right now, every AI tool has the same problem. It forgets everything. And honestly, after testing dozens of newly AI tools, this was easily one of the most interesting AI products I found. Without wasting any time, let's take a look. The tool number one called Goldfish. One of the biggest limitations of an AI isn't an intelligence, it's an memory. ChatGPT is smart, Cloud is smart, and most of the AI tools are actually smart. But the real problem is that none of them remembers what you are doing across your multiple browsers. They don't remember, or they don't know what project you have been working on. They don't know what email you read this morning. They don't know what happened in last meeting. And they definitely don't know what happening across the browsers like Slack, documents and apps you use. So every time you need an help from an AI, you become the memory layer. You explain the context, you paste the conversation, you summarize the project you have been working on, and you remind an AI what happened again and again. And literally every AI company talks about saving time, but everyone does this same thing. They say you to spend 5 minutes explaining everything before they can help, and that's the real problem. So Goldfish is trying to solve it. Instead of acting like another chatbot, it becomes an auto memory layer for your Mac and quietly understands what you are doing across the multiple browsers, multiple apps or multiple documents. And whenever you are trying, you can get the context instantly. Imagine replying your emails without digging the old thread, and also imagine remembering the discussion without searching your Slack, and also imagine asking AI something you saw last week and getting the answer instantly. And that's the future Goldfish is trying to build. And honestly, if AI is going to become a true assistant, memory is probably the missing piece. And this sounds like a small improvement, but it could completely change how we interact with AI. Now, while Goldfish is trying to remember everything you have done, and the next tool is trying to solve the equally painful problem. I mean, applying for job. Tool number two called Wobo AI. Let's be honest, applying to job is one of the most repetitive work which people do online. Find job, update resume, answer the same questions again and again, write another cover letter, fill the form, then repeat the same process 50 times. And after all such hard efforts, most people never get a proper response from the recruiters. So Wobo comes in a line. Wobo is trying to change that workflow completely. Instead of manually applying for every opportunity you see online, you simply need to swipe through the jobs which matches your background. The rest work is done by the AI automatically applies through company's website, not from the random job board, fake listings and actually company applications. What's even most interesting is that it personalizes the application using your profile and your own writing style. I mean to say, it reads like you, not like an AI. And if you are actually hunting a job, then this would save hours every week. And the most important things, it lets you to focus on interview instead of applying multiple resumes or applications. Now let's talk about the another thing where people spend hours every day, which is email. Tool 3 called Dirac. Most founders don't need an email, they need demanding attention. The problem isn't opening messages, the problem is figuring out what actually matters more. Because important emails get buried, unimportant emails steals your focus, and before you know it, you spend half of your day managing your inbox instead of running your business. So Dirac takes a different approach. Instead of helping you to write emails faster, it tries to eliminate most of the work completely. It scans conversation, drafts the response in your own voice, and surfaces the only decision that requires your attention. Think about that. You stop managing emails and start managing decisions. And really, that's a much better workflow, because founders should be building products, talking to customer, getting their feedback, growing the business, not spending hours sorting the inbox. Dirac feels like one one of the first tool which is made around this idea. Of course, running a business is a great thing, but getting paid for your services is even better, especially if you are working with international clients. Tool 4 called KOSH Money. If you are a freelancer or a creator in Asia, you have probably experienced this problem. A client wants to pay you in dollar, but receiving those dollars isn't always simple. Accounts get restricted, transfers take too long, fees set into your earnings, and sometimes literally getting paid feels harder than doing the actual work. KOSH is trying to solve that. It's a USD account built specifically for freelancers and creators across Asia. The goal is simple: receive payments from global clients, hold dollars, spend dollars, without needing a US company, without complicated setup, without unnecessary friction. This isn't the flashiest tool in this video, but for the right person, it could be one of the most useful tool I have shared. And finally, let's talk about something every builder has done it before: landing on a website and wondering how did they make look so good. Tool 5 called Taste Lab. We all had a moment. You open a website and instantly thinks, this looks amazing. The colors feels right, the typography feels awesome, the spacing feels wonderful, and everything just works awesome. But understanding why this works so well is harder, and that's where the Taste Labs comes in. Instead of simply showing you the design, it actually breaks it down. It analyzes the colors, the typography, the spacing, the visual hierarchy, and explains the reasoning behind those decisions. For designers, developers, freelancers, or for builders, this is incredibly valuable, because great design isn't about copying, it's about understanding, and that's exactly what Taste Lab is trying to help you. And yes, those were the most interesting AI tools I found and tested this week, and my personal favorite was Goldfish, not because it's most advanced tool, but because it's solving one of AI's most biggest weakness, which is memory. The moment AI remembers what matters, everything becomes more useful, and I think we're going to see a lot more products moving to this direction over in the next few years. Now I'm literally curious. Let me know in the comment section which tool caught your attention, and if you're the one who enjoys discovering new AI tools every week, this channel, NextTool Weekly, is made for you. Make sure you subscribe the channel and stay tuned for the upcoming episode.